Hi, I'm Lawrence. I was always told to get a degree and a job at a good company, but just 3 years into my safe job, I was retrenched and left broke. That idea no longer works. Instead of one job, we need to be focusing on multiple streams of income. As a full-time property investor and coach, my goal is to educate you and other South Africans to reach financial freedom through property. Let's get started.
Limpopo province. Here is a two-bedroom property in Lephahale, or Ellis. It's a main mining town in Limpopo. So this is the property on the outside of the block. On the inside looks pretty clean. Looks almost newly renovated. The first thing that I'm noticing here is there's no tenants. It's obviously an empty unit, so at least I'm going to need tenant placing costs, and maybe I have to get a managing agent just to find and vet a tenant, which is fine. It's not a lot of work. Oh, I see an aircon there. That's cool. That's a nice value add to a prospective tenant. It obviously looks safe with your burglar bars and stuff. Kitchen looks good. I would say there's zero renovations required here because it looks like it's been newly renovated and very neat, very clean. Yeah, looks good. Looks like a nice two-bedroom apartment in the heart of Limpopo. Let's see, two-bedroom, asking price of just under 300,000. Rates and taxes of 450. They haven't put levies here. I'm going to assume there are levies though. Whenever you've got a shared service or shared construction like this, there's some sort of security or maybe a gardening service that you have to pay for. Okay, so we have enough information. Let's open up the app. I'm going to take my URL and put it here. Asking price of 2.9. I'm going to go in at probably about 260. I've opened up my pocket let. It tells me that you could probably get about 4,200 in that specific suburb in Limpopo. Let's go to step 2, buying costs. Okay, so we open up the transfer. We said we're going to go in with an offer of 260. So 260,000, let's say 10% of that is 26, so 244 would be our loan amount. That would be the 90% that the bank would loan us. Sectional, no, and we are registering this in a company. Calculate. So bond costs are 27,500. Refurb, I'm going to put it at 0 because, I need to put your tenant placing costs. Here we go. So tenant placing costs is the cost of placing a tenant. Usually, most agents will charge 1 month's rent. So I'm going to put here 4,200 as an additional buying cost to place the tenant in the property. Refurb, I'm going to leave as empty because it looks like it's in great condition. We skip through to the finance cost, 90% at 9.5% interest, your cash flow. So the first expense we have to look at is levies. Again, there are no levies here. It could be that there aren't levies. I find that a little bit suspicious, so I'm just going to put a budget of 500 there. And your rates and taxes are 450. Voids, you're probably looking at about 5%. This is where TPN comes in handy. I would pull, if I was you and you were considering this area, pull a TPN report for the specific suburb, see what the demand for rent is, what the delinquency rate of the tenants are. If you're not sure how to use TPN, go check out my videos on YouTube around TPN and you'll get some knowledge there. Management fee of 8%, maintenance of 5%, or maybe 3%. It's in really good condition. So you've got a cash flow here of 346. Let's see what the return on investment is for this specific building. 7.2. That's comparable to what you might get at the bank. So I would probably say that that's too low a return to justify the risk that you're taking. You might have a tenant not pay, or you have to go through an eviction process with them. So although 7% is not bad, it's definitely not what I would consider good enough. Especially because you have to put in about 57,000 Rand of your own money. So what we could do is we could apply for 100% loan. That might change the return slightly because you're using less of your own money. Actually it makes it worse because the financing cost would be quite expensive. So you'd have to, this is one of those rare occasions where actually putting more capital in and leveraging less from the bank is actually a better return. So at an 80% loan, you're getting 8.4%. So we might just change this to a 70% loan. Let's see if that return now shoots up to, yeah, okay. So basically, this is quite an interesting case where because your finance is quite expensive at 9.5% interest, it's actually better to get more of your own capital in the deal. If I just go here and I reduce my offer by 10,000 Rand to 250, I go back to my summary tab, I should hit now 10%. There we go. So 10% is for me a minimum figure that I'm looking for. So assuming that you can get a 70% loan, so you have to put in 100 odd thousand Rand, your cash flow will be 900 Rand, you're getting a return of 10%.
Are you tired of having more month at the end of your money? It's time to venture into property investing. And although it may seem scary, don't worry. We've created tons of resources to help you get started. From tools that help you analyze deals, to online training courses, to one-on-one specialized coaching. Click the link in the comments below and get started today.